So I just posted this video about risk and scripts and making money. And I think that maybe the person who's watching this video made a comment, just so he knows, I don't know if he's watching, but, you know, I've been trading over 25 years, right? When I was a little kid, I got a stock, Chris Craft, 5 shares. One of my first trades, somebody gave me that, 5 shares at $5 a share. It went down to $1.20 or something. And I rode it for about 3 years, and then I got out at $5, right? It went to $45 later on. It wasn't like I was going to retire that, but I would look in the paper every day. And then I started to trade at the Chicago Board of Trade for $265 a month. I had a satellite dish, and I had $55 exchange fees, plus another fee to see the minis. And I traded the bond market and all that. So this comment is that he finds the videos entertaining, can't stop watching, even though I don't believe in your way of trading. Okay, well, you don't have to believe that buying low and selling high works. You don't have to believe that. That's the way I'm trading. Okay, and I'm also trading knowing that I'm not going to be right 100% of the time or 1,000% of the time. I've accepted that fact that I can't predict the market. When I say can't predict the market, I mean I can't predict if they're going to fill me. I can't predict if that's going to be a winner. I can scalp. I could scalp all day long. I could out-scalp this guy, I could tell you, because I'm running limit orders. He's probably trading at the market. He doesn't say in here. I don't know what he's doing. He's probably pulling a trigger at the market. So here's the problem I have with this guy. At least you're thinking out of the box, he says to me. I'm thinking so far out of the box, I'm thinking without a box. So that might be a little bit of a stretch. He may not get what I'm going with this stuff. And not everybody has a futures account with 10 grand in it. Some people don't want to risk that money. Why do you go to the Forex market? Because of the leverage. Okay? Other people's money. I think there was a book I had, OPM they used to call it in the old days. So let's take a look here. I try to read this guy because I don't know how long he's been trading. I don't know what he is doing here. I disagree that the market isn't predictable. Oh, it's predictable, all right. And I've done many videos calling the market, and I've been dead on. Okay, and only times I've been wrong is because I'm a bull. Well, the market tanks. There's a way to get. So I can predict the market. I don't read newspapers for that, and I don't need to. There's so much stuff in here that's just so mind-boggling. But this guy's trading the futures market for all sorts of reasons. I don't know why. So the market isn't predictable. Okay. We both could predict the market 80%, let's say, right? How big do you trade on that? There's no mention of size in here. It's predictable in the short term. Okay. It's even predictable in the long term. You just need a lot wider stops. I trade very short term in the futures markets. He's a scalper, right? Let's just assume he's a scalper. Futures provides transparency. Now, this is just going to trigger me to fucking you don't even know. Transparency? Why do you need transparency? You mean you can't see your account? It's your account. Transparency. Now, either he's been gang raped as a child. I don't know why he needs transparency. When you go to the store, he might be the guy that buys the car and he looks at the sticker price and then he compares it to the, when it came off the ship at the port price. Hey, you marked it up, bitch. Yeah, it's called prepping. You know, you always wonder what you see this prepping when you see on the sticker shock. Remember sticker shock? I don't know how old the guy is. I'm 59, so I don't know how old this guy is. So, all sorts of stuff. I could spend a whole day on this thing he wrote because I can read his fears. I can read his greed. I can read it all. I can detect where he's coming from. I'm going to assume from what he wrote. So I trade very short term. Okay, you're a scalper. You could have said that. It's a shorter way of saying that you're scared of being in the market. okay, futures provides transparency. You can see orders coming in and orders going out. Why do you need to see that? I can see the price going up and the price going down. Okay? If it's going up and I bought, I can see it going up. How much more transparency do I need? I got 5 brokers up. I can arbitrage between brokers. Can he arbitrage on the, what is it he trading? Treasuries? Can he arbitrage? No, because there's transparency. I can go to another broker that has a slightly slower data feed, and I can, if he's a scalper, let's see, he's living inside of a fear box. He's afraid. Well, you can see what he's afraid of because that's what he is talking about. Now, let's take it from here. So, transparency. What the fuck do I need transparency for? Well, you can see orders coming in, going out. Forex is the Wild West. Fucking hallelujah, amen, brother. It's over-the-counter trading. No limits. There's it. We'll get to that. I'm already thinking ahead. Don't ever think ahead. So, I'm talking to myself here. I'm trying to talk my ego down off the ledge. So, Forex is the Wild West. Oh, thank you for saying that. I feel so much more confident now. In fact, when I get these things, I think, oh man, I just love what I'm doing. So, the fact that it's a Wild West, he's afraid of wildness. He's afraid of volatility. Whatever it is, I don't know how he enters. He probably enters when the market's quiet. I doubt he's getting in with a tight stop when the market's on fire. You can see the orders, though, coming in and going out. You need names and addresses connected to those orders, or it's pointless. How do you know it's not the big boys coming to stop your stops? Forex provides no transparency. It's more transparent than anything on the planet. I can open up a demo or a real count at Dust Copy. I can see feeds right off the main banks. I can see the liquidity feeds. What the fuck is he talking about? You could pay $90 a month to see pit view and get a culmination of the 5 biggest banks and what they're doing and what they're buying volume-wise. I mean, I don't want to come down on this guy like a ton of bricks, but this stuff is all open there. If you really cared about volume, we'll get to the volume part, but trading is hard enough. Okay, so he's struggling. Trading's hard enough. Okay, wait. Forex provides no transparency. You're instantly down with the spread. Everybody's down with the spread. Everybody's down with commissions. Now, psychologically, I'll jump ahead a little bit. Psychologically, he's upset about the spread. So what does he do instead of the spread? Well, he goes to a futures broker. And he's trying to answer, all right, these are legitimate markets. They used to be open outcry, right, pits? He's on Globex. He's electronic trading just like me. I don't know if they're giving him leverage. If they're not, then okay. You must be rich, right? People that aren't rich trade 501 leverage. In fact, if you understand what leverage is, it's other people's money. The fact that you can't get your brain around the fact that you're using $2 to control $1,000 is the problem. Because people they don't know what the word leverage means. So they mistake available margin for more beer in the fridge. And they're already fucking plastered. So it's hard enough. Trading is hard enough. Why the hell would you want to start off with a disadvantage of a spread? Now listen to this. This is fucking hysterical. This shows you the psychology of fear, greed, money, fear, greed, money, the whole fucking thing. How you price stuff in your mind. Like some people go to the restaurant, they know they're going to pay taxes, and they might pay a tip, but they don't think about that when they look at the menu. That's the commissions, right? The spread would be the taxes. Commissions would be like, okay. You know, and a lot of people will go in a restaurant with 10 people, and they have a fixed tip in their mind. And the guy's going, I used to go to this high-end restaurant. They said a party of 6 or more, automatically your bill is going to have a 15% tax of commissions. That is the tip built in, because if you think you're just going to give us the same tip for two people that you're used to psychologically, fuck you. You're going to pay 15% of your tab. Built-in tip. No questions asked. Our server's not going to bring out a bunch of plates for 6 losers. People are like, oh, can you take the soup back? All this shit. And you're going to under-tip him. With futures, you can put in a limit order and get filled and never go negative. Did you just hear what he just said? Never go negative. Never. He's 100% right every fucking time. He never has a drawdown. What the fuck? So, and never go negative. You can't repeat that enough. The only thing you're paying is commissions. Okay, well, let's just imagine that the spread's commissions. And if he's really worried about that, I'll give him the name of brokers where the spread is like 0.3 pips. You could buy a mini. Paid 30 cents. That's your commission, 30 cents. Okay. The only thing you're paying is commissions, which is extremely cheap for treasuries. $3 a contract. Listen, buddy, you could buy a mini with a fixed pip broker. You're paying $3 on a mini with a fixed pip broker. And if you're really worried about it, and you think that the treasuries are such a big mark and they're so liquid, how about, I'd say $1.5 trillion a day is traded 24 hours a day in the euro alone, the tightest spread on the planet. If you could have zero spreads. You can see the spread go to zero. You can see it go from a half a pip, okay? That's 50 cents. He's paying $3. I could put on a 20K and pay $1 at an ECM broker that's charging you commissions of 30 cents. Right? Charging you $3 in a standard lot. That's $100,000. The fuck? And then he says, "This round turn." Well, dude, you don't pay the spread on the way out. I'm not going to swear. I'm trying to stay calm. So, and the 10-year note, the 10-year ZN, that must be the expiration. ZN, like December. I think December contracts were Z. I don't know. I wouldn't even look at that shit. It's bullshit. That's old school. I would only need to make one tick every 5 trades. Every 5 trades, you need to make 5 ticks. Right? I don't know why he's saying every 5 trades. Wait. 1 tick's worth $15. Okay. So he's down $15. What is this guy talking about? See, this is what the problem. This is why I did the video. Look at this bullshit. He's only paying $3 round turn, and I thought my math skills sucked. Okay, so he gets in at $3 per round turn, and at $15 a tick, I traded futures. Okay, that's why I'm not trading futures anymore. You think I'm so fucking stupid? I wouldn't go trade futures if I thought it was a better deal than Forex. With arbitrage, multiple brokers, I can see direct feeds. I can scalp within milliseconds and get ahead of it. I can be on a slow retail brokers. I could be on a bad server. I can arbitrage a server by a half a second if I wanted to scalp like this guy's doing. But he probably doesn't have the resources. He's not that guy. He's just a guy. He wants transparent. You notice the first thing he mentions. Notice what he's worried about is transparency. He says it twice in here. Use that word twice. That means something. Okay, I'm just using my detectors. I'm just trying to think, right? So I take this all in. Okay, so now he only needs to make. He's never underwater. He gets in the thing. It never goes against him, and no barrier. So he can make it in 5 trades to cover commissions. He needs 1 tick every 5 trades. So he's a high-frequency trader or something. He must trade 5 trades. He likes trading. He likes pulling the trigger. If he's placing a limit order and it doesn't get filled, what about that effort? I'm launching this shit with a hotkey. He's probably manually trading. Let's just assume that, right? I'm not going out on a limb here thinking that he's doing that. So I'm going to make a lot of assumptions here. I have to. Right? So, but what he's saying here is so ridiculous on its face. So I would only need to make 1 tick every 5 trades to cover commissions. No brainer if you ask me. Although he said trading was really hard. It's hard because he has to trade 5 trades just to cover his commission. And he's never in a loss. And he's manually trading this stuff. Wow, what a bunch of work. But he's probably an old guy. Maybe he's an old guy from like, yeah, I remember I used to call my trades into the floor. I used to do that. No brainer if you ask me. The 10-year is such a thick market, I think he means this liquidity. Let's look at the 10-year note volume compared to the euro-dollar volume. And how do you find that volume? There's so many people trading it. You can go to the biggest trading house in the world. See, this volume stuff is bullshit. You can't trade volume. You can trade volume on your account, volume of tickets, but you can't trade volume. You can only trade price. Right? Obviously, he's looking for confirmation for volume. He's afraid. He's afraid of losing. He's cheap, whatever. But he's just not. Let's not beat him up. Let's assume that he's never traded Forex because he doesn't know how or something. So, or he doesn't like the idea that somebody's charging him spread, but he doesn't mind paying commission. Kind of weird, right? He's still paying. Psychologically, that's the issue. And a lot of people don't like to see that on the screen. I mean, I'm paying the ask. There's a bid ask. I still don't believe there's a bid ask. I don't believe there's no spread. I'd have to look that up. Treasuries don't have a spread? Okay. Very bizarre. So I had spreads when I would place orders in the market. They would give me a worse fill than the bid. I think they have a bid and ask, and I'll look that up. But let's just imagine there is no spread in futures. He's still paying $3 per contract. I don't know how big the contract is. 10-year ZN. So it's a no-brainer for him. And the 10-year is so thick and full of volume, it makes it easier to trade with size and no slippage. So he must be trading so fucking big that they're not going to, like, he's not going to tip the market, or like his order's not going to tip the market. But he's scalping. Okay, he must be trading huge. If he's trading that big, without leverage, this guy's already a millionaire. Right? So why is he even trading? With no slippage. I'm not saying there's slippage in Forex. There is when the news comes out because the spread's wide. I don't know if there's slippage or not. I'm not going to worry about slippage on a 1K because I'm trading 100K on 100 tickets. Not to mention it's easier to read the DOM, whatever that is, and get out with a 1 or 2 tick loss. Oh, so now he's losing. Okay, so he's down $30. Now he's going to make that back. No wonder trading's hard for him. And he's trading probably 1 ticket at a time. You want to bet? You want to bet he's trading 1 contract at a time? Of course. Because if he plays 2 contracts, he's got to pay $6 round turn. So, not to mention, okay, and if the trade doesn't move in your favor rather quick, okay, get rich quick, right? He's trading really big, and so he's like, okay, I can always bail. The problem with you thinking is it's impossible to be accurate because you're trading Forex. Well, dude, I just did a video where I made $500 in my sleep placing all 1Ks. Because I could predict that there was going to be a sell-off. So I peppered it with orders. This is so funny. But this guy, he's, you know, he just, I'm not want to be like some, been doing this for so long. I've traded a million trades. I've done a million trades. I've run about 30 brokers. I know 30 brokers. I know 20 that you could trade at. Some have wide spreads. Some have tight spreads. When you go to ECN, when you got $2,000 in the account, there's no spread. It's a half of a pip. Okay? So, half of a pip is cheaper than his commissions. I don't know where, he doesn't even trade Forex. How would he fucking know what he's talking about? Okay. Is that the problem with you thinking it's impossible to be accurate because you're trading Forex? Why? What the fuck is the logic in that? This is why I do these videos. Because you can't see volume. What? You can't see volume? So, if he's trading squats, which are Bill Williams, look up Bill Williams squat. It's a high volume, low range bar. Okay. Market's not moving, bunch of volume. Does he trade that? I don't know. Does he get in before the real volume comes in? Volume is the key to accuracy. No, it's not. Fuck volume. I said that in a video. I commented on somebody's volume has nothing to do with trading. The volume that you're trading does, right? If you're in the market. Accuracy. You mean this price means more than the other price because there's volume or lack of volume? You're going to take that trade? You're never wrong when he's never wrong. But if he's wrong 2 or 3, he's down like $30. You got to make that money back, dude. Okay. I rarely look at the chart. Okay. Here, I found some random guy on YouTube that trades like me. So these guys are level 2 traders. Okay? So what? Why don't you just build a robot that trades level 2, level 3? Right, you can see the dark pool orders. Oh, I can see what the big boys are doing. Fuck the big boys. He must be a big boy, right? Jay's so big. So, you can't get any accuracy in Forex because you can't see volume. Yeah, we have volume on our charts, dude. That's the brokers, that's the people on that broker volume. You're going to look down, you're going to look at volume? How is that going to make it more accurate? I rarely look at the chart. I found some random guy who trades similar to me. So I have this video up. It's 3 minutes. The guy's it's just level 2 trading. I don't see a price chart. Trading like this makes it possible to be accurate to the tick. With enough practice. Okay, I can play the fucking mandolin with enough practice once my fingers stop cramping. And if you're wrong, you're only a tick or 2 wrong, right? Well, you got to repay the commissions, dumb fuck. You got to get back in and get out. Now you're getting killed. Fuck slippage. You're getting whipsawed. Now this is the ultimate. Peppering orders all over the chart, trading for pennies, is no way to make a living. Okay, well, is he making a living doing the scalping thing? $3 per contract? He must be trading 10 contracts. That's $30. Peppering orders all over the chart. I'm not just peppering all over the chart, dude. I'm putting him where the liquidity is. New highs, new lows. Anybody see what I just did in the fucking thing? But see, his brain's stuck in... He probably went to college. So give this guy a break, right? You have to see. I learned so much. So some guy's thanking me for the video. Thanks for showing us. Oh my God. I've never learned so much in my life from watching people make comments. And I'm like, I know what you're thinking. I was there. And I'm still there. Because I'm always learning. I'm learning from other people. I watch videos all day long. People trading. People thinking like, oh. So I never said you couldn't predict the market. I said you can't predict the market 100% of the time with accuracy. And what I mean is that he's running a tight stop apparently. So if you get stopped out, does that mean you're wrong? No, it just means you lost. The market could still go up, and you just called the level 2 wrong, or level 3, or whatever they're level 5, what the fuck they got right now. I've seen it all. Market profile. Renko charts, point figures, the whole litany. Okay. I've even seen where they didn't film me. When I had a real-time feed on a 286, I could see they didn't film me. They didn't stop me out because in the floor, okay, there's transparency. What the fuck is this transparency? Very transparent to me, like the last administration. It ran on transparency and everything's back. They're dropping cash over in the Mideast, and here's a drop off of a bunch of cash. Oh yeah, that's just a tip. So, and so if you're wrong, you're losing a tick or two. Because he's a big man. He's a big guy. Peppering orders all over just to make pennies. Dude, pennies? I just did a whole video about my neighbor who was fucking so rich that he was fat cat. And what did he sell? Just knobs for a radio at a penny a piece. But he's selling 10,000 knobs a week to the car companies. Do the math. So, and he doesn't have MT4 automate. He's not an automated trader, apparently. He's a manual trader. So, but he likes that I keep bashing the Forex salesman because he doesn't like Forex. I enjoy these videos. I don't know if he's going to enjoy this video. But he's welcome to do a video. You can do a 15-minute video for free. Go to screenomatic.com and you can answer that. I just asked him if he's a scalper. I don't like typing. That's why I do videos. I just cannot type as fast as I can bitch. So let me go to the chart and let me see if I can learn him to become a Forex trader. In the biggest market in the world, it trumps all the volume. Forex has more volume more money going through than the S&P 500. Is that a big market? Than the bond market, right? That's what they're telling me. So here's my trusty broker, and closing spread here is 0.6 pips. Could I predict the market? Maybe I'll turn this guy into a scalper. Maybe he's too pissed because I just called him out. But this is the euro dollar. Now this is the untransparent volume market. I'll put volume on here just to, I never trade with volume because I can see it. You see this move? That's volume. It's loud, see? This is quiet, low volume. But we'll just put it up there to entertain the guy here. We'll go to insert indicators. Volumes. Now, does he prefer the accumulation distribution, unbalanced volume, money flow index? You know, the money flow index, that's how you can really see what the big boys are doing. I'll just go good old volume. And there's up and down volume. But we're just going to be objective here. We don't discriminate between up and down volume. It's too much to get my brain around. It would blow my brain up. And I'm going to make it thick. So you want to see that volume? Now let's see if we put this into the formula, see if it helps us. Now this broker's just your typical broker. And we have here a volume peak of 25.37. Fucking duh. It moved. It's kind of strange I'm noticing here on the chart. I think he's got a point here. Look at these volume spikes. Okay, wait. You can't draw the volume. Let's put it on the price here, right? I trade price, not volume. Remember that? We can make money from price movement for pennies. For pennies. Right on the bar. Well, that's weird. That almost coincides with the volume. I think he's onto something. Look at the crosshairs out, because I can't, here's a volume spike. Yeah, because that's Asia, right? So this is a squat for, Bill Williams. Here's volume. Right. Wow, and that move down, volume. Look at this move up. Volume. Look, here's a volume peak. Oh gosh, it moved there. Look at low volume. I've had this volume fight with people. Well, no volume, man. Pay attention to volume. What the fuck? What does it do for you? So you put in a bracket, you put in a strategy here, you trade a breakout, right? How many pips? Okay, now let me put up the price grid, and let's just see. Now you can see the spread here, right? So I think it's obvious. You can see the spread. Can you make up that spread on this chart? So we see the volume drop off. Okay. Volume's dropping off. Do I sell up there? Let me get rid of the chart fix here so I get a little more screen. So go to Commons and turn off the chart shift. Now look at this. Trading's a tactical issue. And so Forex is, I'm surprised you didn't say it was rigged. Who's making more money? The guy that places a buy limit here and it gets filled because the spread is tight enough. You can see if you make this line as thick as this is the, here you want to see the spread on this one, the way the market is volatility is right now. We'll make this as thick as we can, and let's assume this is a spread because it is a spread, right? We got to make that up. So if I pepper the chart with orders that start right here, and I'm talking about, besides he's in a market that has low resolution, right? It moves, every tick is $15, right? Every tick's $15, but every tick here in a mini is 10 cents. But he's going to say, well, you know, that's pennies. Seriously? Okay, this just in. The guy just commented, I asked him if he's a scalper. He says, a true scalper trades the bid-ask spread. I don't know what that means. So apparently there's a spread in this instrument. You know, they used to have spreads, the out future. You could trade like the spread between 1 month contract and the other. You could actually trade the spread. In other words, you're in a hedge, and you're just trading the difference in two expiration dates of two instruments. So my targets are larger than that. And I'm thinking, when he said that, I'm like, oh my God, he's going to try to make like 40 pips, 40 ticks with a ticks pips, right? Same thing. Here, I can make, if I buy at the market, and the market never goes against me, and the spread is 1 pip, it's going to be 10 cents, right, per $1,000. That's going to be $1 for 10K. $10 on 100K. Right, $10 on 100K, $100,000 position. So the market only needs to move this line. So if I pepper the market with, I've got $3 I can blow here because I'm on a, so I can put an order in here. How is volume helping me with this trade? Okay. Volume's lower than this bar. High volume here. In top-bottom theory, this is where your sell limit would be if you're trying to make how many pips? Let's take out the trusty pip grid, and we'll put up a 2-pip grid. I think if I have it here. If not, we'll just write one on the spot. I'll show you how to write a 2-pip grid. Let's go up to the indicators in here, and I've got a 5-pip grid. How's this for you? Let's put that on the chart. Okay. So this is going to be $50, right? On a standard lot with leverage. All right. So to end up in that, I need I'm using $200, a margin at 500 to 1. And what if I wasn't going to trade 100 on each ticket? I mean, 100 per one ticket. Could I put orders in like this and pepper the market to make pennies by starting with a buy limit here? Then I have a ticket here. I have a ticket. They're all minis. Imagine these are minis. I'm in a 30K, 40K, 50K. 60K, 70K didn't quite fill, 80K, 90K, 100K, and just in case I'm wrong and I don't want to go through all this trading drama again, I'll just put a stop down here. So I know this is support, and I want to buy somewhere in there. And since I'm not paying commissions per ticket, I can load into this whole thing. You do the math on that later. I gobble up all these tickets. And I am wrong for some of these tickets. Then we take that amount of grab. We're going to buy, I'm sorry, this is 7 pip. It's like a 10 pip buy window, right? I'm buying 10 pips. Do the math. I start cashing out with the scripts I just wrote here. I cash out all the way to here. This is a 5-minute chart with a 5-pip grid. Can anybody see that without volume, I could place a sell limit up here and risk 3 pips, right? 3 pips of risk. That's what his commissions are. Who's making more money? His commissions are $3 per contract, plus I have high resolution entry. You want to trade minis? Fine. I could put a cluster of minis 1/10 of a pip apart. Am I missing something here? Is my math off? If anybody thinks my math's off, please tell me. Yeah, I can predict the market. This is a top becomes a bottom. But what if it comes back one more time? What if I get in here and I get stopped out? $3 is your he's willing to lose 2 to 3 times in a row on $3, and he has to make 4 pips to make it back. So he says he's a true scalper. A true scalper trades that my targets are larger than that. I average 2 to 4 ticks per trade. So he can't. He's kidding, right? My average loss is 1 to 2 ticks. What? He's paying commission. He's what I would consider myself a short-term trader. Well, I mean, so I just think it's funny. Obviously, you're buying. You're hopefully you're long here. This is a 5-minute euro dollar. Buy now, put a stop in. Buy 8K, put a stop in. That's really deep. I can take more punishment than this guy. He's putting in tight stops. I met a guy like this in New York. Hope this isn't the guy. I talked to him on the phone, and you know what he was? And he wasn't a scalper, he was a skimmer. And then he's telling me, because he was a young kid, he goes, well, you know, it's not like that anymore. You don't have to pick up the phone and trade. I'm like, really? I didn't even think of that. Here I'm doing all these videos, and, you know, I'm in talking to all these people. We're all trading in the modern world of MT4, and this guy is like, and I'm like, I just got so pissed. I told him, what the fuck are you talking about? And I had this other person on the line. They saw me rip into this guy because the guy was telling me that I was a fuddy-duddy. I'm like, you know, some old guy that's like, oh, it's not like that anymore. I go, I know that. Dude, just let me finish. Like, let me finish my sentence. I know that. I'm comparing that, and I'm saying that that's, and he's a skimmer. He's a skimmer. This guy's sitting here on a tick chart trying to skim the market. He's paying more in commissions than, and he's like, you know, he wouldn't be on this phone chat with us. We invited him in, and he wouldn't be there if he wasn't trying to make more money. So obviously, and this guy, who doesn't want to make more money, right? So I'm trying to rattle this guy's cage. The T-note trader, I'm trying to rattle his cage, and maybe he has a coffee table made out of T-notes, and this is like there's a sentimental. There's so much psychologically going on with people. You can't free them from that. You could tell people, this is cheaper than that, but they go, oh no, I want a Marshall amp. I have to have a Gibson guitar. Dude, it's a piece of wood. A Paul Reed Smith is better than a Gibson. Oh no, man, Gibson, my grandfather had a Taylor guitar is better than a Martin, right? Martin guitars. Okay, you're into that sound. But there's people that have come along and refined stuff. Let's not deny that. So we could see all the trades in here. Anybody that's on this, and you go to the 15-minute chart and get less trades, right? A double bottom here, right? How's this volume helping me? I don't get the volume thing, and I try to. Why are you looking down here when you don't make no money off volume? You ain't making no money off the volume. Trade the price. Okay. You can see that you want to buy low, sell high. Okay. Pepper, $1 million in here. Write a script and buy a window, a 9-pip window down here. The spread is under a pip. Okay. If the spread was a pip, you could buy a mini with a 3-pip stop. With a 2-pip stop, and still risk. There's no commissions on this broker, so I don't know what the commissions are. Every broker has a different commission thing, but you're going to pay some way. You can't get around that. So, anyways, I don't know what else to say. Hopefully people that, like I said, the guy could be old, and it's like Forex, and Forex is rigged. It's a Wild West. Man, you just can't, no transparency. I could take 5 brokers and put them on the screen here. It's almost the exact same fucking price, okay? Spreads differ. Every broker has a different thing. He's going through a broker. He's not sitting at the exchange. He didn't buy a seat on the, a seat on the exchange is like, I don't know, people are selling those actually. You'd buy a seat on the exchange, you never had a trade there, and you'd hold that seat, and you could sell it to somebody at a profit later on. Just to sit on the fucking exchange and get the, and they talk about insider trading. What do you think an S&P 500 pit is? I watch these guys in Chicago right after 4 o'clock, another 10 or 15 minutes of trading. These guys are yelling at each other. I'm like, oh my God, are they having a fight? No, they're trading. Inside traders. Only they fucking know they're trading for some big hedge fund. Only they know there. And besides, not only inside trading, but how about inside body language? How about this? You live in such a fucking nanny state. Transparency. And you got this thing with inside trading's been going on for years. Oh, well, you can't have inside traders because, it's just not fair to the other guy. Yeah, they got the fucking cables in Chicago the exact same length out of the servers. It wouldn't be fair otherwise. We're very transparent. Just transparent. The fuck? Who cares if it's the Wild West? When the economy crashes, the junkyards are making money. When the economy's good, the junkyards are suffering. It's cyclical. The economy's cyclical. The markets are cyclical. Can I draw a trend line on here? Pennies. Dude. I hope that helps.